Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. It's Bass and Hogs, and I'm your host, Greg. Hey, listen, I got a good one for you today. I've had a great time over the last couple of years fishing with chatterbaits, man. I love these lures, and I know in previous videos I said, oh, my favorite lure is a spinnerbait. But man, these chatterbaits are something fantastic. And if you're currently using them, hopefully you're using them in the right spots, in the right conditions. So let's get down to this. Let's talk about where to fish chatterbaits in the summertime and where not to fish chatterbaits, and actually year round. So first of all, I'm a little bit of an artist. You do not want to fish a chatterbait around laydowns. Unless you're this expert caster and fisherman, you don't want to do it. The risk is too high to lose these lures in a big laydown where you have a lot of tree branches. And I know it looks good, but there's just other lures that you can use that you don't have. You have a higher risk of catching bass, but you don't have that risk of losing the lure. And one of them is a football jig, and a football style jig where the head kind of turns up a little bit. And the other one is a Texas rig plastic worm. But chatterbait, see the X, the red X? No way. Okay, what's next? Riprap, rocks, rock beds, shell beds. If you have some sonar equipment on your boat, and those of us on the shoreline that fish ponds don't, but if you do out in the boat, and you see where your rock bed is 6, 7, 8 foot down, then yes, you can throw a chatterbait in there all day long. But shallow water with rock beds, shell beds, you don't want to chance it. Again, high risk of losing that bait. And let's face it, chatterbaits, $6 to $11 and change a piece, depending on the brand. You don't want to lose 2 or 3 of them every time you go out. So let's not throw them in those areas. The next area I want to talk about is hanging branches. Branches that are barely touching the water's edge or the surface of the water. You're going to find these in a lot of reservoirs and a lot of your lakes, especially in the summertime. You don't want to throw your chatterbaits there. Now, I have skipped chatterbaits. I'm pretty good at skipping my lures under branches and under docks, but again, there's just another few lures that you can use that doesn't present that high risk of getting hung up or losing your lures. And that would be, again, some kind of a jig. You could use a football jig. You could use probably, a great lure summertime would be weedless plastic worm. But you don't want to use a chatterbait in those high risk areas. Let's talk about where you do want to use chatterbaits. Number one, what you want to do is you can use a chatterbait over top of weed beds. When you see that you have weed beds down, 6 foot down, 5 foot down, shallow water weed beds, definitely you want to throw a chatterbait there. You want to do that. In weed edges, here you could see the edges of the weeds between grass beds, around weed edges. 2 great places to throw a chatterbait. So what colors do I use? Green pumpkin and white. They're the 2 colors. They're my 2 favorite colors. Now, this time of year in the summer, I use green pumpkin an awful lot. This is that bluegill color with the green pumpkin blade. And then There are times where I go to the white with the silver blade. There are two of my favorite chatterbait colors that I turn to. Now you notice on this I have a little split tail trailer, and I love these trailers. They're from Zoom. They come in colors. These are white, but they come in all different colors. You can get them in chartreuse also, which is a good color to use. The reason I use these is when I want to get down, when I want the chatterbait to get down a little deeper, like I presented over top of weed beds, where you got that weed bed sitting down there around 6, 7, 8, 10 foot below the surface. You want to put this trailer on this. These split tails, the bass love these things, and it'll take your chatterbait down deeper, and you're going to catch a lot of bass that way. Okay, so this was one of the shorter videos I've done. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe. That really helps me. I just started this channel, I don't know, it's been about 2 or 3 years ago, and because of my career, I haven't had time to really put a lot of time into it. But now I'm going to start putting more time into it. I'm going to put together a little bit better studio and make some improvements, and hopefully keep this channel going. But it really helps when you like and subscribe to the channel. And I just bring you basic content, nothing fancy, just basic content. I'm not a tournament bass fisherman, and I just like to help the fishermen that maybe you don't have a boat and you're just strictly from the bank, or you're fishing ponds also. And also if you have a boat, I just bring basic content. So thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you guys for the next one.